So the Norwegian Retailers Environment Fund, we definitely have a role to play in supporting the informal sector.
For us in the Waste for Warmth project, it's really difficult to just go into a country without really understanding the waste ecosystem, as it varies so much from country to country, and then even within one country from one region to another. And so it's really important with Waste for Warmth, if we're working with a partner or a business, to find someone that really knows what's happening in waste plastic recycling.
We've done quite an intensive study with some of the collaborators on how the informal system works, what is the hierarchy of the informal system, what is the kind of social dynamics that happens within the informal system, what is the hierarchy of decision making within the informal system, and how this network operates with each other in this complex social dynamic, socio-economic dynamic that thrives itself in these unmanaged landfill sites and this unmanaged waste management system in these developing countries.
Well, in many countries, the informal sector is the primary group of people that are collecting and sorting the waste. So we have a research and development hub in Gaziantep, Turkey, and all over the city you'll see often displaced and impoverished Syrians at the dumpsters and the rubbish bins collecting the waste plastic. So they're really the ones in certain countries that are keeping the plastic waste out of the landfills.
So what's happening is the municipality has certain garbage trucks that have collected waste that were probably not segregated. So it's a mix of all kind of waste that these garbage trucks have brought in. They have been dumped here. This landfill site was probably not designed for handling all kinds of waste, and you'll see that there are certain independent individuals that are working here to collect more recyclable items that are to be sold to collection centers, and they make a livelihood out of it.
So for us, because working with infrastructural measures is important, then when we are supporting projects in countries like Nepal, for example, or other developing countries, we see that it's important to then also take the informal sector into account, because they have such an important role to play in plastic management in developing countries. And this is really interesting that this is also where human rights and waste management ends up intersecting, and this is a big difference to a lot of the other projects that we're supporting, that in developing countries the human rights aspect becomes very present. Like in Nepal, we need to take into account both the right to health and the right to a healthy environment.